What is up guys, Saivo here bringing you another guide. This time it's gonna be the new Shugo dungeon, Trillonerk's Gold Vault it's called. It just came with last Wednesday's maintenance, so I'm really happy about it. Me and all of my guildies and my friends, we were in Wildstar when this dungeon first came to AION, so we didn't know anything about it. Obviously we don't like to watch videos, we like to figure things out for ourselves and make our own plan, so this is what we did with this one as well. When you enter the dungeon, guys, I'm gonna give you a few tips and tricks. Nothing really basic. You know the basics already. You've done it, I'm sure. When you enter the dungeon, you have three classes that you can transform into: Sorcerer, Gladiator, Templar, or Tank. Each one of them with their own particular set of skills. All of them have 5 skills each, out of which one of them is a DP skill. First tip I'm gonna give you: have 4k DP already on yourself before entering the dungeon. It is definitely not a must, yeah, but it is something that is really gonna help you. What are you gonna do with the 4k DP on you from the beginning is you're gonna spend 2k out of it on the first boss, just to get rid of it really fast and continue, right? Dungeon is timed. I think it's 8 minutes in total, so you don't have much time. There is no point in you achieving A rank or B rank or C rank. The only cool thing is the S rank. As you can see, I have my S rank glasses on. They're yellow, like the gold vault, so everything is really good to go. Another tip I can give you guys: be on TeamSpeak. It is really important for you to communicate with each other. There are two separate communication channels that in my opinion needs to be fulfilled. First of all is the communication in between the Gladiator and the Sorcerer. Let me tell you why. Because the Gladiator has a skill that puts 12 targets in the air, right? So the tank goes ahead, as you can see, aggroes the mobs. We do not aggro the mobs, and neither should you, because they will rape you so fast if you have them on you. The Gladiator, as you saw, puts targets into the air, and the Sorcerer has, when the targets are in the air, the Sorcerer has another available skill to use, which only damages the targets in the air. In theory. In practice, it damages a lot of targets around, including especially the targets in the air, but also targets next to the ones in the air. That includes bosses and shit. So pay attention to that. It is really important to let the sorcerer know when you are going to put the targets in the air if you're a gladiator, so that that particular sorcerer would get off at least 5, if not 6 instances of his skill, the one that shoots targets in the air. It is super important. That's the key to success, I would say, the key to getting S rank in this dungeon. Now, the second communication channel that I would like to tell you guys about is the one that in between the tank and both of the other DPSs, because the tank needs to hear when the targets are in the air, because then he doesn't necessarily need to put a shield, because he's safe, the mobs don't attack him. The tank needs to hear when the targets are almost dead, so that he can go ahead and pull the next pack of mobs, so you can be super efficient and min-max your runs. And also the tank definitely needs to hear when some of you maybe need a protective skill, or when some boss was pulled or something like that. So that's about it for communication wise. I definitely recommend TeamSpeak. Now, the key to this dungeon is to get points in the desired time limit, right? So this particular guy, Bendy he's called, this boss is a very important boss. He does lots of knockdowns, and he does frontal AoEs. By the way, most of the bosses do frontal AoEs. Do not stand in front of the bosses if you're a DPS, because you're going to be losing health, you're going to be popping pots like crazy, and there's absolutely no point, because you really do need those pots for things that you cannot avoid at all. Now Bendy is a motherfucker. What we do is we pull Bendy to a pack of mobs. Reason behind that is because we can farm a couple of mobs while we kill Bendy, and also because I put mobs in the air. I'm always playing Gladiator. I put mobs in the air, and the sorcerer does that skill, and that skill hits Bendy as well, as I was telling you. So it's more efficient to pull Bendy and all the other bosses into a pack of mobs. Other than that, guys, you have to focus on your points. You can see them in the top left side of the screen. The points are needed for you to spawn bosses. Bosses spawn only when you have specific amount of points. Now, At the moment, we're gonna be killing a boss that gives you 278,000 points or 272,000. Let's see, 200 and I don't see it at all. 270 something. Anyway, so we're now at 230k. We are missing about 5 mobs to be at the desired amount of points because 235,000 plus 272,000, this equals almost as much as we need to spawn the last boss that gives us the S grade without killing more mobs. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna pull a couple of more mobs because we actually need them to spawn. And after we kill these, I put them in the air. The sorcerer does his thing. It hits Lupasha, also the boss. And then I'm gonna be pulling another 4 mobs because we still don't have enough. Before killing this boss, you should have about 237,000 points, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, my math is not that good. So um, that's what you should be focusing on. Other than that, guys, DP, you get a lot of DP as long as you play with equal levels. The levels that you have to play with is 10 levels in between the lowest and the highest. So you can play with 55 in the same group as a 65, and all of you are still gonna get a proper amount of DP. This boss is pretty easy because he spawns adds, gladiator puts them in the air, sorcerer fucks them up, damages the boss as well. You should have at least 2k DP for each DPS class for this particular boss. This is the S grade boss. You have to keep in mind your points. You have to have at least a pot for this one because he does stuff that you cannot avoid, like this for example. Sometimes he fears you, most of the times he fears the tank, but sometimes he fears the DPS into the pack of mobs behind. You need to bring them back, communicate with each other, guys. S rank is the only rank to do, guys. A and B, they don't really give you many keys. With S rank, at least you can get the chance to open 3 or 4 boxes, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, other than that, guys, that's about everything. Don't forget your S rank glasses if you want to finish this dungeon, guys. We had 13 seconds here. This is a really good time, and I wish you guys lots of fun, lots of love, and good luck on drops.